I think everyone is there. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Hi, everyone. My name is Singeli Agnew. I'm a member of the Overseas Press Club and also a journalist and filmmaker. And I want to welcome you to our first panel from a new series that the OPC is doing that we're somewhat unironically calling In the Thick of It. The idea behind this is that we wanted to gather veteran journalists in places facing acute reporting challenges, both to discuss the current dynamics on the ground and as well as ways of working around those difficulties in reporting. And as a lot of you may know today, there's unrest unfolding in Port-au-Prince literally as we speak, which I think highlights just how tricky the concept of this series is. So a couple of our panelists, Evan Sannon from the AP and Jacqueline Charles from the Miami Herald, are literally in the middle of reporting right now. Andre Paultre, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right, has joined us as well, and he's been out all day. Natalie's following it, as is McElvey Neal. So I just wanted to highlight that we're really doing this on a difficult day for the journalists because yesterday, 6 police officers were killed by gang members in Artibonite, and today Port-au-Prince is there's been protests in the streets all day. The airport was blockaded. These guys will talk a little bit more about what's happening, but we're missing a few of our panelists and hoping that they can join us somewhat as they get back to their homes. So I wanted to first start by introducing our panelists. McElvey Neal she lives in Brooklyn, and she's the executive editor of the Haitian Times, as well as being a longtime writer, editor, and communications consultant. The Haitian Times was founded in 1999 to fill a growing need among the Haitian diaspora. And currently they have several full-time staff in Port-au-Prince, also Cap Haitian, I believe. And I think you said that you're doing something like 30,000 stories a year. Did I have that right?
30,000 feels like it, but not that much yet. Not
so we're really happy to have you here with us, McElvey. Thank you. Natalie Kitroff, just find my little bio for you, Natalie. One moment. Natalie moved to Mexico City for the New York Times in 2020 and has been responsible for some incredible reporting during her time there. She was part of the team that won the 2021 Polk Award, was a Pulitzer finalist for her coverage of the assassination of Haiti's president. And last fall, she was named the New York Times bureau chief for Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean. And she's continued to do some incredible, brave and heart-wrenching coverage of the region during her time there. I worked with Natalie briefly at the New York Times when she was one of the star business reporters based in New York, doing big investigation into the fatal flaws of the Boeing 737 MAX jets. Let's see, Andre. Andre has been working closely with Natalie over the last several months and has been, I think, working for the New York Times going back more than a decade. He's going to be joining us with audio only today, but Andre, we're really glad to have you, and exciting to have also 2 people who've been working together who can speak both from, from the international press perspective and then from the Haitian perspective. Evan Sannon, we are waiting on, but hoping that he can join us. He's been out reporting for the AP today and has been working for the AP, I think, since 2004. And almost every day you'll see his byline with stories from Haiti. Also, hoping to be joined by Jacqueline Charles from the Miami Herald. And again, if you put Haiti into Twitter, most of the articles that come up are Jackie Charles's articles. She's an absolute veteran of Haiti coverage. And let me just find her. She started at the Miami Herald as a 14-year-old intern, and she's basically been blessing us with her coverage ever since. She covered the first and second return of President Aristide, the earthquake in 2010, and basically everything in between. And she's covering a story right now, and hopefully, and it's, I've been in touch with her today, but we'll see if she can join us. So thank you, everyone who's here. I really appreciate it, especially on a day when it's incredibly tense and lots going on. And you all, your phones are blowing up, I'm sure, right now. Andre, I'd like to start with you, just kind of bringing us up to speed on what's happening today.
Hi, hello, everyone. Well, it's unclear what's still happening in Haiti because very late last night, we knew that some streets were already blocked and they were burning tires. And but it was not clear who was doing that. Was it from the police officers on duty or from members of the population? We don't know. But early this morning, we have seen some, should I say, police officers? I don't know, because they were wearing police uniforms. They were stopping cars. They were taking keys from the drivers, using cars, trucks, to block the traffic. And then there was that's where it's not clear, because if you follow the news in Haiti, during Jovenel's rules, we had what they call the Phantom 509. So the movement that we have seen today is very close to what we have seen during Phantom 509. That means police officers on duty, police officers fired from the police corps or resign. And then because they had the police uniforms on, they were covering their face. They did not want to show their IDs, so it was not clear to say, are they real police officers or not? But we know from some police unions, because now we have 2 police unions, that the police, the cops, they were very unhappy from the passivity of the high staff police commander, because they consider that within 5 days, 10 cops were killed by armed gangs, 6 yesterday and 4 or 5 days ago in Pétionville. And I think that we have a total maybe of 15, almost close to 15 police officers were killed by armed gangs only for the month of January. And I think that we give an average of more or less 5 police officers killed per month during Ariel's Henry as prime minister. So we have a total about close to 80 cops killed. So the prime minister was coming from Argentina, from the CELAC summit. And then so those cops, with the support of some members of the population, they went to the airport to stop the prime minister to be able to go home. By the time another group went to where they call the official residence of the prime minister, which is not his residence really, it's more his office, because his for official office is located downtown Port-au-Prince, and it's in gang control area, so he cannot go there. So the private residence is used as his office, and so they went to the compound. I don't think they've been able to enter the building itself, but they smashed some cars outside. They took some cameras outside. They were really unhappy, and then they went to the airport, and the prime minister arrived. He could not leave, So he was stuck there for a while. And some guys outside of the airport, they broke some windows, doors, and there was a big panic at the airport. Employees felt like really at risk. I think that Spirit could not land for security measures. They were diverted to Jamaica. So finally, the prime minister made his way out, and but the protesters followed his convoy, his motorcade, and they were still shooting in the air. So he made it to his residence in Vivi Mitchell, and the area was also surrounded by protesters, by police officers, maybe. And so we know that he has the prime minister now is back to his residence, and he has the police corps as well as some soldiers from the army securing his compound. So there was a deadline for that the protesters asked the high staff commander to react to what happened to the police officers. The deadline was at 6 o'clock, like expired like 14 minutes ago. And then, so we don't know what's going to happen next. What's going to happen tonight? What's going to happen tomorrow? Will the airport be closed? We don't know. You know, Haiti is always unpredictable. And now we're just in the middle of a chaos. And things might go back to normal, which will not be the first time, but also it can be worse.
Great, thank you.